the string is already discussed in our C token theory, and that is nothing but the collection of characters. So we can say like that string is nothing but the character array, because array consists of multiple values and here our string consists of multiple values, but the change is what, it store only the character value. In our previous lectures we are discuss about array, but it is of type integer, but compulsorily when you are using string, then your array must be of type character. So the definition of string is just like it is a sequence of character that is enclosed between double inverted and completed with a null character. So null is automatically putted when you are writing any string, and the symbol for a null is /0 in single inverted because it is a single character, but string is a multiple characters, so it is always in a double inverted. Now the syntax for a declaring string is character data type, that is fixed here, and then the string name, and then inside bracket the size, that is compulsorily in a integer. The example is just like character name of string is capital S, and in a size we have to write 5, 6 something. So here I am taken the example of 6. So how many characters you can store? 5 only, because the last one is always null. Now let's see here the memory representation. Here the memory is allocated, character occupies only 1 byte, so total 6 byte will be allocated with the index like S of 0, S of 1, S of 2 and move onwards. Now see the initialization part. Initialize means assign the value. Clear? So there are two different methods as we discussed earlier, compile time and run time. When you are choosing compile time method, your value will be fixed. Clear? And the syntax is character, then string name, inside square bracket write the size equal to, in a curly bracket we have to write the list of characters and then semicolon. So using this syntax we can write like, just see in an example, character S of 6 equal, in a curly bracket we have to write single character, that is first is a capital H, then E, L, L, O and last one is null. But this is very tedious method, so we can directly use the another method, that is this character S of 6 equals, in a double inverted put hello words. Clear? Now second one is a runtime initialization, that we can assign value at runtime. So for that you can use two of them, first is a scanf and second one is a getS. But when you are using scanf functions, now the control string is changed, that is %s for a string and then the string name. And when you are using scanf functions, it has one drawback, that what, if your string consists of any of space, then after the space all the parts will be discarded and the first part before the space will be stored in your string. So when your string has a space character, then you have to compulsorily use the second method, that is getS functions, and getS function has only one argument in a bracket, that is string name. Here string name S. Now see the memory representation, same 6 bytes will be allocated and just put the data, that is hello. So the first character is H, then E, L, L, O and last one is null. Clear? So you can store any number of character in a string. Some inbuilt functions are provided for performing any string operations like find the length, compare and much more. So one by one we can see. First one is a strlen functions, that is available in our header file string.h. So when you are writing any of the program of string using inbuilt functions, you have to add another header file, that is string.h. And this function strlen is just used to find the length of a given string. Suppose the string is my name Bhumi, then the length will be 6, that is the output of this function. Clear? How you can write? Just see here the syntax. first we have to declare the integer variable because the length is always in a integer, and then L equals the function name strlen, inside bracket we have to write string name, that is NA. Now see the example to find the length of given string. So first include the stdio.h, then we have to include string.h again, and then inside void main we have to declare the string of type character. So first write the character s of 10 equal to hello. This is the which one method? Compile time initialization. Clear? How we can use runtime initialization, that we will discuss in our practical session. And then the variable integer L for a finding length, that is always in integer. Then after the L equals function strlen, and inside bracket the name of string, here is s. Just the output of this value is what? L equals 5 because HELLO. So how many characters are stored? Total 5. So here we will display using printf functions length of string equals %d and the value of L. So we are getting the output just length of string equals 5. Clear? Let's say the another function, that is strcpy, that is used to copy one string into the another string. Just see here the syntax how you can use it. So first write the function name strcpy, and inside bracket you have to write two string. Here the first string is string 2 and second is str string 1. So the meaning is what? The string 1 is copied into the string 2, but suppose you are writing like strcpy string 1 comma string 2, in that case the string 2 will be copied in a string 1. So as per your requirement you can write 1 and 2. Just see here the example. First include both the header files stdio.h and string.h, and inside void main we have to declare the string. Here the first string is character s1 equals hello, and the second string is right now blank. So s2 of 10 is there. Now we have to copy the s1 data into s2, and for that we have to use the function like strcpy s2 comma s1. So s1 data will be copied into s2 and we get the answer in a s2. So print that value using printf function like copied string equals %s, because we have to print the string, and which value we want? s2. So the output of this program is just like copied string equals hello. So the first value, first string will be copied in a second string. Now move to the next one, that is strncpy. So what is the difference between strcpy and strncpy? Just only the difference is now we are copying only the number of characters. Clear? Not whole characters, whole string we are copying, but now you have to give the value of n. How many characters you want to copy? For that use the syntax just like the function name is now changed strncpy, and the third argument will be added like n. So what happened? The s1 data will be copied in a s2, but how many? That depends on that n value. Now just see here the example is same, but now we are changing in a strncpy functions, and that is s2 comma s1 comma 2. So the meaning of this statement is what? Only the two characters of s1 will be copied in a s2. So in a previous example the output is copied string equals hello, but now it is changed, and just see here the output copied string equals only he, only two characters of s1 will be copied in a s2. Clear? Now move to the next function, that is strcmp, and cmp, the name itself suggests it is used to compare two strings. Suppose you want to check both the strings are same or not, then in that case you can apply that functions, and the syntax is same as copy, just change the name of function, that is strcmp, and there are two strings we have to pass, string 1 comma string 2. This example is what? For checking the both the strings are same or not. So first we have to include header files, both the header files, and then inside void main we have to write two string. So character S1 10 equals hello and second string that is S2 10 equals hi. Now this function used to compare two string, and how it works, for that it has to check one by one all the characters. It checks first the first string first character and second string first character and find the ASCII difference. If the ASCII difference is 0, then it's move on to second character, and if again it finds the difference 0, then it move to the third character, and likewise that it perform. So when the ASCII difference of all the characters finds 0, that indicates both strings are same. But suppose that difference is not 0, then we can find the both strings are not equal, and for that we have to use if condition. So always this function is in a if. So first we have to write if, and then inside bracket we have to write the function name strcmp, then both the string s1 comma s2 equal 0. If this condition is true, the meaning is what? Both the strings are same. But if the condition is false, then we have to jump on to the else part, and the meaning is what? We have to print f both the strings are not equals, and here our output is what? Not equal. Why? When it compares first character of both the strings, it finds the 0 difference, but when it's move onwards and the second characters, then in a first it is E and in a second string it is I. So the difference is not 0 value, so directly it jumps on to the else part, and the message is just like both the strings are not same. Clear? Now move to the similar function. So what is the difference of it? It is similar to strncpy. Now it only compares number of characters that depends on a value of n. So just see here in a syntax there is 3 argument s1, s2, that is string 1, string 2 and then n, and n is always integer value. And just see here in an example, after including both the header files, in a void main just we are changing what? In a if, the function name is now changed strncmp, and 3 argument s1, s2 and 1 is there. So only the one character of both the strings will be compared, and first character of both the string is h. So the condition becomes true, and go inside if part, and the message is just like both the strings are equal. Clear? So as per your requirement you can use strcmp also and strncmp. Now move to the next function, that is strcat. The full form of this function is concatenation. So cat stands for to combine two strings. Clear? And the syntax is same as strcpy cmp. We have to write the function name, that is strcat. Inside bracket there is two string, first string and second string. Just see here the example how we can combine two string. For that we have to write both the header files, and inside void main we have to declare two string. Character s1 equals hello and second string is suppose friend. Now what happened when we are writing strcat s1 comma s2, then the second string will be combined with the first string. So in this case our output is just like hello friends. And how it is stored? It is stored in a first string because the left side is s1. So just print the message the combined string equals percentage as s1. So our output is hello friends. But suppose you are change like s1 comma s2 in strcat, if you are writing s2 comma s1, then what happened? The s1 data is combined with s2, clear, and stored in a s2. So in that case our output will be changed. First the friend is there and then it is combined with hello. Clear? So as per your requirement you can choose any of them. Now similar function for a CAT is strncAT. It is same again. It only combines the number of characters that you are specifying in your n value. So the syntax is strncAT, then string 1, string 2 and n. Now see here in our example, same program is there, only we have to write strncAT and then s1 comma s2 comma 3. n is 3. So how many characters of S2 will be combined with S1? Only 3 characters. So in that case we have to print like combined string equals percentage S, and the data will be in a S1. So just print S1 value and we get the output like hello and only the 3 characters of S2, that is FRI. Clear? So as per your requirement you can choose again strcat or strncat, and the last function is strrev. As per the name, it is used to find the reverse of a given string. Only the one string we have to give into the syntax. So for that choose the syntax like strrev and inside bracket we have to write string name. Example is same, only one string we are required. So first write the character s of 10 equals in a double inverted hello. That value we are now reverse. So for that we have to use which function? strrev, and inside bracket we have to write the string name, that is s. So the original string will be now reverse, and same way we have to display like using printf function reverse string equals percentage s and then s. So what is the output of this program? The same string s will be now changed and the output is reverse string equals OLLEH. Clear? So you can choose any of them function as per your requirement, and some more other functions are also available in a string.h header files that we will discuss in our next lecture, like into lowercase you can convert, into uppercase you can convert. Also you can find some character it is present or not in your string, likewise that. I hope you guys understand this concept of string very well. If you like this video, then thumbs up. If you think this video will help some of your friends, then do share this video with them. Also you can subscribe my channel, so when I upload new video you get a notification. If you have any query, feel free contact me. Thank you.